Did you know that you could get locally raised, farm fresh, all natural shrimp right here in Southwest Missouri? Well, we are here at the Clearwater Shrimp Farm in Neosho to learn how. Hey, Dan.
Hi, Jamie. Welcome to Clearwater Shrimp Farm.
Well, thanks for having us. I want to learn all about your shrimp business, but take me to the beginning. How did you first start deciding you want to be a shrimp farmer?
I just heard about people raising shrimp in the middle of the United States, and it kind of intrigued me, and I thought it might be something fun to do.
And it's you and your wife, right?
Yep, Connie's my wife, and she's helped me out as much as she can. So.
Well, I'm ready to see it all take place. Let's head back and look at the shrimp, but I think first we'll talk about water, probably the most important aspect of raising shrimp.
Yeah, you got to keep the water quality up, keep the pH right, and ammonia down, and all that stuff is kept in check with the filter system that we have. So.
Well, let's go see it.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, this looks like a big tank of water. What do we have here?
This is the filter tank. It's got half of its filter tank and the other half is what I call makeup water. After it goes through the filter, it flows over into a tank where it gravity feeds back out to the raceways. It takes about 4 hours for each raceway to have the water fully exchanged, and it goes back through the filter and then it just recirculates. So we don't put any water out of the building, and all we lose is evaporation, and that's just replaced gradually.
So this is your nursery?
This is the nursery
tank.
So
you're not raising
We're not
larva,
hatching.
You're
them.
not hatching, okay.
Right.
So you're getting them shipped in. At what age or what stage would you call that?
Normally they're what they call a PL, or post larva. 9 to 10 days typically is about
so
what we get
10 days
them.
post hatching?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And where are they coming from?
We get them from a hatchery out of Florida.
Out of Florida.
Yeah.
So they make the trip?
They ship overnight. We get them, they ship that afternoon. We get them the next morning.
So how many baby shrimp are you getting at a time?
30,000.
30,000. And they fit in this little tank?
Oh yeah.
So
well, when
what,
you see how big they are or small they are, you'll understand.
And so how old are these right here today?
These are 3 weeks that we put them in here. So that would make them about 4 or 5 weeks old totally.
Okay, so a little over a month old.
Yeah.
Can we see them?
Sure.
Oh my gosh. You don't even see them in the water. And what I've learned from you today is that shrimp jump.
Oh yeah, they jump. At this stage, it's not too bad because they're so little. But, and I know probably can't see it with a camera, but what I was trying to explain to you before, if you look in here, you can see some of them, they're easy to see, but then if you look like right here on this pipe, little teeny tiny speck, there's some of them in there that are just, look right here on this hose.
So they grow at different rates?
Yes.
Okay, so even though they're all hatched at the same time and they're delivered to you at the same time, their growth rate's not very symmetrical?
That's what I'm finding.
You're learning?
Yeah, I'm learning that, yes.
And that's what's really cool about all this is new to you.
Yeah.
And so you're, by trial and error, learning
a lot of
everything
it,
about shrimp.
Some of it for good, some of it for bad.
Okay, so how old is this raceway right here we're going to look at?
These ones here are probably 3 months, 2-3 months old, something like that.
Now, I understand, I think we're going to see it in a second, but we've talked about shrimp jumping, and the netting system is to keep them in the water, correct?
Keep them in, yeah.
Okay, so you talked about feeding them twice a day.
Yeah.
And so you just toss the pellets out there?
Yeah, we just take, and of course we measure out in grams what the raceway is supposed to get for the shrimp that's in there. And then we just try to broadcast it somewhat, consistently, as much as we can, so that it's scattered and the shrimp don't have to bunch up to get it. And this is a a 2.4 millimeter shrimp pellet.
So this pool of shrimp are a little older.
About a month older than the other ones
so
over there.
we're looking at 3 to 4 months old. So
actually,
what size?
these were brought in January.
Oh, okay.
So this would be a tank that we would be harvesting out of.
Okay, so these are about ready to be that large to jumbo size.
There are some jumbos in it, but they're more the large.
Okay.
And that's where we fall back into the problem of getting them to grow fast enough to get a lot of jumbos, you know?
Because that's what people want the most of.
Yeah, that's what people want mostly.
Okay, can we see them? When you're ready to harvest, you're not chasing them around like
Right.
this. You kind of corral them into smaller areas.
We take a divider like this and we crowd them up where there's thousands of them in a small
one
area, and you
spot.
can just scoop up a whole
over and
net
over
full.
again. Okay.
And then we sort through them, and if they're too small, we'll toss them back on the other side and keep the bigger ones. So. Now we're in the volume, and there again you get to jumping, but you'll get a whole net full of shrimp, and then we could sit here, you know, and like right there, a lot of those I wouldn't even pull for a large order, you know, so I would just dump them back over there.
So your best guess, how many months are you looking at from the time they're shipped in from Florida to harvesting the perfect jumbo shrimp?
From my experience so far, if I was really going to go for a jumbo, I'm going to say more like maybe 7 months to get a jumbo. Everything I've ever heard, everybody talks 4 to 5 months.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. But the next size down, the 21 to 36 count, you know, those in a 6 month area, 5 to 6 months for that.
Well, we've brought Connie, your right-hand woman,
Amen.
when it was time to do the dirty work and hot sweat and harvest the shrimp that we're going to take home soon. Brought in Connie. Connie, we've got 3 pounds of shrimp. They're in their cold water bath. What does a cold water do?
Basically stuns them. It doesn't totally kill them, but just stuns them,
And
so they're not jumping around anymore.
Yeah. Well, we've seen that for sure. So the next stop is the kitchen?
Right.
Okay, well, I'll follow you.
Basically just weighing out for large pound size, they end up being between 21 to 30 in a pound.
And you're counting
Right.
each one.
Each individual one, and then kind of weigh them out individually.
So what was your final count?
26,
26, and that was
1.03 pounds.
just a hair over a pound. So, you know, we talked to Dan about, you know, being a serial entrepreneur and starting businesses, and, you know, you thinking about what you guys have done in your lifetime. Did you ever think that you would be now the resident shrimp expert in the county?
Never in my wildest dreams. That was never on my resume.
Well, it definitely seems like you guys are having fun while doing this. Let's talk about your market. Who is your audience? Who's buying the shrimp?
Oh, we've had a real good response, just local. A lot of the neighbors, they've been watching us do a lot of the remodeling on the building and stuff, and they've been curious. We've taken us about a year to get this up and running, so they've been very good about being patient and coming in, and then just word of mouth.
So you're taking pre-orders, so people just call you up and say, I want a pound of shrimp, and you see when you can get it for them?
True.
Thank you. Now that I will be the resident shrimp expert in my house, I'm going to take some home for the family.
Great.
Thank you guys so much.
You're very welcome.